combine is next week. That's where the draft orders and everybody will be jumbled around, and we will be there Tuesday and Wednesday in Indianapolis at the draft combine. In advance of that, Daniel Jeremiah from the NFL Network talked about a guy that the Browns have been linked to, Mazi Smith, the defensive tackle from Michigan.
When you look at Mazi Smith, he's up there in my top 50. He's 330 plus pounds. He's got quickness. He can overpower you. I know that, you look at the production, the pass rush production doesn't exist. He's got a half sack in his career, but then you watch him and he's disruptive. So it's more disruption over production, but I do think he's got upside as a rusher, and you can't move him in the run game, and played really well in their biggest game of the year. So he's a good one.
And, Randy, I've said this a couple of times, the way that Myles Garrett forces a quarterback to step up, if your defensive tackles aren't getting beat in one-on-ones, they should have sacks because quarterbacks are going to be forced to run into them. So a guy like Smith, who kind of anchors in the run game and can win those one-on-ones, I love the sound of it.
I do too. And another thing that would really be helpful with a guy like Smith, who he's one of my favorites in this draft as well. I couldn't agree with Daniel Jeremiah more. That's a guy I would love to see them get at pick 42. I think he's also going to take attention away from Myles Garrett, because you're not going to be able to block him one-on-one. He's not just 330 pounds and incredibly powerful, but he's actually very athletic and moves very quick. As Daniel had said, he's very disruptive as well. So you have to pay attention to that if you're on the offensive line. If you have Smith lined up next to Garrett, you're not going to be able to put as much attention on Garrett as you would like to, because you're going to pay for that with Smith pushing your guards around.